A new dam project, the world's biggest, and in China's hands, it will serve as a weapon.
Deep in the mists of the Himalayas, something is brewing. Not a typhoon, not a tremor, but something engineered. A dam so colossal it could alter the destiny of a continent, and quite possibly shift the planet itself. This is the tale of China's Medog Dam, a venture of immense ambition and frightening consequences. Before we discuss cement and cables and generators, let's discuss water. Because this isn't just any stream. Up on the Tibetan Plateau, there runs a river known as the Yarlung Tsangpo. It slices through ice sheets, winds around mountain peaks, then falls suddenly 2,000 meters through a gorge deeper than the Grand Canyon itself. And then it crosses into India, takes the name Brahmaputra, wanders into Bangladesh, and joins with the Ganges. Over 130 million people rely on this single river system. Farmers, fishermen, entire metropolises, a vital lifeline for South Asia. And now, at the roof of the world, China plans to block it. To grasp what is approaching, we must look back. In 1994, China started work on a giant, the Three Gorges Dam. It took 18 years to complete, consumed whole villages, displaced over 1 million residents. But when it went operational, it became the biggest hydroelectric plant on Earth, producing 22.5 gigawatts, enough energy to illuminate entire countries. But that was merely the warm-up. Now, China's builders are targeting something larger, much larger. Welcome to Medog County. Isolated, wild, untamed. Altitude, over 10,000 feet. Entry, restricted. Climate, harsh. Ground, prone to quakes. Ideal spot for the world's most daring hydroelectric dam, right? Well, China believes so. In late 2024, China officially approved plans to construct a megadam on the Yarlung Tsangpo, right near the Great Bend, where the water takes a violent U-turn and dives into a deep chasm. If constructed, this beast could produce a mind-blowing 60 gigawatts. That's nearly triple the output of Three Gorges, making it without question the most potent energy project on the planet. But here's the catch. It's not only about voltage. Here is a cold reality of the 21st century. You can buy oil, you can transport gas, but you cannot import rivers. And China? China holds the high ground. From the Tibetan Plateau, it commands the headwaters of 10 major rivers, providing fresh water to 1.5 billion people across Asia. India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. They all rely on waters that start in China. So when China begins erecting megadams at the source, it's not just infrastructure. It's geopolitical leverage. Control the flow, and you control the destiny. Downstream in India, warnings are sounding. The Brahmaputra isn't just any waterway. It floods during the rains, it waters the fields, it drives the turbines. And in areas like Arunachal Pradesh, it flows through land claimed by both India and China. So when China presses forward with this project, it's not only securing a critical resource, it's doing so in a contested border region. India has replied by accelerating its own hydro projects. A dam race is in motion, each nation trying to harness the river before the other does. But building in this zone isn't simple. The landscape is unforgiving. The expenses are astronomical, and the political risks dangerously steep. Let's be honest, the Medog Dam would be an engineering feat, capturing a river with one of the sharpest drops on Earth in one of the most seismically volatile spots on the globe. But feats come at a price. This area hosts unique ecosystems. Creatures like the Medog mountain lizard and wren babbler bird reside here and nowhere else. Forests, untouched by machines, would disappear underwater. Local Tibetan communities could be forcibly moved. Sacred grounds lost. And then there are the tremors. The eastern Himalayas are a geological ticking bomb. One severe shake and a dam breach could trigger a disaster stretching from Tibet all the way to the Bay of Bengal.
Okay, now hold on. This section sounds like science fiction. Recall the Three Gorges Dam? When it filled up, NASA researchers observed that Earth's axis moved by roughly 2 centimeters. It even shortened the duration of a day by 0.06 microseconds. Why? Because shifting billions of tons of water alters Earth's weight balance. Now picture a dam twice as massive, at double the elevation. Would the Medog Dam impact Earth's rotation too? Possibly. Possibly not. But metaphorically, it says volumes. This project is so huge, it might literally tilt the globe. Then there is Bangladesh, downstream, flat, exposed, with no voice in what occurs upstream, yet entirely at the whim of it. If China restricts water, drought. If it releases too much, deluge. There is no pact, no binding treaty, just hope. Hope that China shares numbers, hope that India reacts, hope that the currents keep running. But water is starting to seem less like a necessity and more like a weapon. A dam doesn't just block water, it transforms the terrain. Silt gets stuck, riverbanks crumble, fish patterns fail, soil loses richness, harvests suffer, societies fracture. It's a domino effect. In this instance, the risks are greater. Climate change is already melting ice feeding the Tangpo. Some lakes formed by runoff have burst suddenly, sparking deadly flash floods below. Now imagine all that liquid hitting a gigantic concrete wall. What happens then? China claims the dam will help reduce pollution, drive clean power, fuel growth. And perhaps it will. But this venture also signals national pride, a token of might, of supremacy. And let's not overlook the same pride drove the Three Gorges Dam. It also wiped out towns, houses, shrines, and forced over 1 million souls to leave their land. That history could happen again, but this time in the peaks, where the river flows free, and the world is looking on. This dam is more than cement and generators. It's a challenge of how far we'll go for energy, of whether we can construct without ruining, of who gets to determine the fate of rivers and the populations who reside by them. China is moving quickly. India is preparing. Bangladesh is praying. And the water just wants to run. What is your take? Is the Medog Dam a wonder of modern engineering or a dangerous gamble? Tell us in the comments below. And if you want more deep analysis like this, remember to like, share, and subscribe.